Willie D Live.
What's up, family? We've known for a long time that the FDA and other government officials have sold us out to the highest bidder, allowing companies to poison our food and water supply with carcinogens and other dangerous chemicals. But did you know that they have now officially, legally approved forever chemicals to be included in our food crops? Yeah, man, they got us. PFAS, often called forever chemicals, are synthetic compounds that do not break down in the body or the environment. Once they enter the soil, water, or food supply, they accumulate in plants, in animals, and in us. Recent approvals allows pesticides containing PFAS to be used on produce. That means fruits and vegetables. Foods many people rely on for health can now be another pathway for long-term chemical exposure. These chemicals have been linked to hormonal disruption, immune suppression, fertility issues, and metabolic stress. This isn't about just one exposure, it's lifelong accumulation. And this isn't about fear, fam. It's about awareness. Knowing what's entering the food system allows us to make more intentional choices, sourcing consciously, growing food when possible, supporting clean agriculture, and reducing chemical load when possible. Check this out, family. I got a pretty good diet, better than probably 90% of the population. I take vitamins daily. I exercise, not as much as I should, but I exercise. Been doing Qigong lately, really helpful, look it up. But I still get sick from time to time, maybe every 12 to 18 months I get sick, right? That is because your body is electric mineral based and self-healing, but only if it isn't constantly burdened by substances it was never meant to process. Everywhere we turn, we're running into situations where we're eating stuff, we're consuming stuff that we think is healthy. And it looks healthy, but we don't know where it comes from. We don't know. We know we're eating a banana, we're eating an apple, a mango, but we don't know what those people put in the ground, in the soil to grow those fruits. We don't know what they put out there, fam. We don't know what they spray to make sure that the color is consistent, right? We don't know. So, unless you have your own garden and you're growing your own vegetables, your own fruit, you're at the mercy of uncivilized mutts. Why, oh why, would these people allow these other people, and I say people very cautiously because these are really uncivilized mutts, all of them. The ones who approve it and the ones who do it. They're all uncivilized mutts. But it begs the question, why would they allow this to happen? And that is because I do believe that more people are more health conscious these days. People are starting to take care of themselves, which means they don't have to go to the doctor as much, which means they don't need as much prescriptions. If they can't push those scripts, that's a problem. So, we need a sick nation, man. We need to get this money. Yes, too bad, too sad what happened to your grandmother, but man, we got to get this money. we got to get this paper. And that's what it is, man, you know. And I said that capitalism built this country. Capitalism is what was going to destroy it. Because like everything else in life, if you go one way, if you go too far one way, it has to self-correct. You know, it'll eventually start going back. The pendulum will swing back the other way. It has to, because it has nowhere else to go, right? And then, you know, as human beings, we have a natural propensity to go in a different direction. Like there's always people that'll go this way, but eventually someone will say, well, what about going this way? And then they go this way because they don't want to follow the flock. And then the flock sees that, oh, it's prosperous over there. Oh, I like. So then the flock start going back this way. You know, that's kind of how we do, right? So, fam, it's bad, man. It's bad. It's a damn shame that other countries recognize that they need to protect their citizens. And they do. They take major measures to protect their citizens. Most of the food that we consume in America that's on the grocery shelves in America are banned. The ingredients are banned. The ingredients are banned in other countries. Countries that we like to look down on, countries that we think that we're superior to. They got better food choices. They got better schools. They got a better healthcare system. Their overall quality of life has consistently been reported to be better than ours. So how is it that we're so superior? How are we the greatest country on earth? The way that we treat the people in our country, the way that our government treats its citizens. They will sell us out in a heartbeat, man. And I'm gonna tell you, it's always been bad. It's always been bad. But it got progressively worse when they started allowing lobbyists to be the middleman. Yeah. They took away the fears of the members of Congress and other politicians. They took away their fears of getting caught with their hand in the cookie jar, taking bribes. So they wanted to continue to take their bribes. Remember, they write the laws. And they all want to get paid. So they're thinking like, well, look, man, we got to figure out a legal way. Look, we write the laws, you know, pretty much whatever we say, go. So we need to write laws to protect ourselves first and foremost. Oh, and by the way, let's make sure that we have superior health insurance and a superior pension fund. Let's make sure that our stuff is always straight. And that's what they do. They make sure they're straight. Everything that everybody else have or whatever we have to deal with, 401ks and pensions and all that, man, theirs are superior to the people that they're supposed to be serving. The only way that you can justify what these people are doing is to conclude that they must want us dead. They must want us sick. They must. Because there has to be a better way. There has to be better alternatives. There has to be. There has to be better solutions. And they know what those solutions are. They know what those alternatives are. But they're not going to go that way because it ain't enough money in it. They need to make more money. It's always more money, more money. Look, fam, no matter how much they make, it's never enough. No matter how much chemicals and machines they use to make, you know, to produce 1,000 chickens a day, they got to take it to 2,000 and then 5,000, then 10,000. And they'll go to any extent to hit their goals. They'll go to any extent to make their numbers. Let me tell you something, family. I don't trust the government, and I've never trusted the government. And that is because the government has never given me a reason to trust it. Starting with slavery. Let's start right there. Well, they allowed slavery, well, they voted for slavery. Slavery was legal. This is because of your politicians. This is because of members of Congress, presidents. Slavery was legal. Think about that. The people who were voted into office voted for slavery. Yeah. So the government approved of that. The government approved of the Tuskegee experiment. The government approved of redlining. The government approved of bombing its own black neighborhoods and its own black cities, or predominantly black cities. The government approved of this. They let airborne chemicals loose on an apartment complex in Chicago. They brought in drugs and started the crack cocaine epidemic. The government did that. That's documented. They implemented the school to prison pipeline program. The government did that. 3 strikes, you're out. Mass incarceration. Re-enslaving people after they were emancipated. The government did that. Yeah. Faking wars to go to war. The government did that. Destroyed the Black Panther Party. A party that was designed, that was created to protect black people from governmental abuse and police abuse. It was created to educate black people and to be community oriented. The government destroyed an organization who woke up, the members woke up every day to do something good. They say, pull yourself up by the bootstraps. Well, they did that, and they taught people how to do that, and they went in and destroyed the program. Because really, that ain't really what they want. So they create chaos and then play the hero or the victim. Depends on what they're trying to get out of it in that moment. So I've never trusted the government. I never will trust the government because the government has killed our heroes. How you gonna kill somebody trying to unify the country? You know what I mean? You gonna kill somebody that's trying to unify the country, but somebody that's spewing hateful rhetoric all day long, they get a pass? You destroy an organization that's that's community focused to help people. But you let an organization that has a sordid history of murdering, lynching people, terrorizing communities, and even from time to time killing lawmakers and police officers. You let them ride. How could I ever trust that? I don't. You kill people who speak out. You kill people who are beloved, because you can't have that. As hateful as you are, and the people who run it for you, as hateful as you are, you do not want the people to ever look at somebody else for hope. So you kill them. You ostracize them. You try to bankrupt them. You jail them. I can't trust that. That's diabolical. And going to hell wouldn't be sufficient punishment. No more talk.